Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Let's Get Into It. How you doing tonight, Mace?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's been real messy these past
Right.
couple.
I don't know. The YouTube streets is just going ham.
It's going down, and the more I'm digging into this mess, more receipts is being revealed. I was looking at something just when we was doing the little intro, and I said, okay, I'm gonna say this for Friday because we are gonna do a live Friday about the Nosy Hole and Nicki Minaj saga. It's turning into a saga.
Yes. Now a legal battle. Whoa.
A legal battle, a saga, and it's like we're gonna talk about it Friday. It's gonna be messy, so make sure y'all get a drink for Friday.
Hey Dad. Hey Q. Hey Nola.
Hey Nola. Hey Q. Hey Deb. Thank y'all for joining us. We're gonna get into it on Friday, y'all. Yes, I'm gonna let it be known now. I ain't got no money for Nikki, so everything we saying is
I don't got no money for nobody, and I'm see
nobody getting all this. The rent, that's it. Nobody else getting all this money.
What happened with you just slapping a bitch? Like we start. Yeah. Where did we go wrong with suing? Like, why don't you just run down and just?
You're being a follower. You're being a follower because you're following behind the person that you claim you don't like and is your son, but you're following their footsteps, and I don't like that.
That's true, but some outcomes may be different because that's a totally different
It was a totally different case.
So the outcome could be totally different from that one.
But we're gonna talk about it, but I don't think nobody's innocent in the situation.
No, I don't think no one's innocent. It's no only person that's innocent. It's people.
Sherelle's the only innocent one. Y'all dragging her God-given name in the mud. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. We're gonna talk about it because this episode also was very messy. I'm blaming Mercury retrograde right now because it's just been real messy. But I'm here for it because the season was getting stale. So Cecil starts some drama. Like he being messy this season. Cecil started all this,
Cecil been messy. Every time Cecil say the messy ball.
Out of all the men on the show, he needs a moment.
Cecil stay down for the messy ball.
But I'm not mad at it. So he invites, I think he's gonna milk everybody on the show to steal ideas from them and then put it in the book later. Like he doesn't really know what to write, so he's stealing ideas from his friends.
But I thought that was, I thought he was just saying that when they getting the couples around, asking the couples questions. I thought that was, to
me, it's just stealing ideas.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But I thought it was, they knew that their ideas was going to be stolen. I thought
they knew that their ideas was going to be stolen, but I don't know if I respect it. Like if you know everything about the book, I mean, I understand getting insight, but you're bringing people in separately to be messy and dig into people's marriages so you can exploit it in your book. But,
do you think they're going to put like certain subjects or situations, but like, with Toya and Dr. Eugene?
Oh, another thing I want to say about Toya. Toya has no friends on this show. None.
Not at all.
Nobody. Toya, nobody is your friend. Nobody. The closest friend you got is Jesus. But nobody else on this show. Maybe Simone.
Honestly, during this episode, I think the person that was the friendliest to her, and as far a long shot, was Quad. Cool. And how
Quad was being very passive aggressive this episode towards.
She was, but at least she said, "Don't fight in my house."
She said quite a few things that I caught. And it made me feel like Quad is holding on to prior beef. Like they never resolved their beef.
But Quad, Quad is like a dog with a bone. She gonna hold down. She gonna hold on to something because she gonna mention that house. Like, look, because the people said.
Nola says he always messy boots. Who messy?
Yeah, she's talking about Cecil.
Oh, Cecil.
Right, because that's who Cecil always messy.
Cecil was stirring the pot. And I'm gonna talk about why I think Cecil is messy as well. But before that, Audra shows up in jeans and a t-shirt. I didn't really pay attention to what she had on, but Toya took notice of it, and she's bringing it up to kind of bring her back down. You know, you're supposed to be dressed. Why are you not dressed? But Toya, I've seen Toya walk into several places on this show.
Because she put on a blouse. Maybe because she had a jean and a blouse. Because usually she gives a good jean shorts and a blouse. It may be Versace. Toya, but she has a blouse on. Like she be having on the Versace blouse. And then she be having on like the shorts with all the, like, you know, the design, so you know what brand it is, real tacky like. But I didn't find nothing wrong with Audra wearing her black, because this is what made me like her, because that's my uniform. Like I'm a jeans and t-shirt girl. I have so many jeans and I'm a jeans and t-shirt. That's like my uniform. Like I love a jeans and a t-shirt. And if you invite me, like we're going to dinner at your house, I'm supposed to wear a ball gown,
yeah, and I didn't get where Toya was coming from, and you acted like you got all this money, and you looking down on the peasants, like, oh, she got jeans on. Look at it. But
she had my uniform on, a black shirt and jeans,
and I can see why that irritated Audra. I can see that, because that would have irritated me. Like you're not gonna judge me for my clothes when I'm going out. Granted, her outfit when they went to Vegas was, you know, toe up. The little jumpsuit, it was, but
because she said she had the champion. Talking about she get the champion for buy two and get one free.
But
Cleo.
But I think Audra handled that like towards the end, but that would have irritated me. And then they talk about marriage and they talk about vulnerability and being vulnerable. So Eugene says, well, Eugene, I'm gonna let you speak on this, since you know about being vulnerable and being, no, it was masculine.
It was yeah, because I was like, no, it wasn't vulnerable. It was about masculinity. And I wanted to know, why did they ask Eugene first?
And that was messy. Cecil was like, okay, we're gonna ask Eugene about masculinity.
Right. Cecil is a mess.
Cecil be stirring the pot. He knew exactly what he was doing, and I don't know if Eugene caught it.
I think Eugene is a little naive, and he doesn't catch that shade
They're not Eugene friend either. They're not Eugene friend either. They may be a little bit more Eugene friend than Toya friend, but
at least Eugene did say that he wanted a woman that he could not run over, but in the process, he's getting run over.
Mm-hmm. At least he acknowledged he getting run over. So what you gonna do about it? You acknowledge you getting run over.
He said Nathan.
What happened to the testosterone you was taking?
The shots ran out.
Get some, like, stand up to a pin.
He can't afford no more. They moving from house to house. He can't afford his hormones. Okay.
And according to Audra, they in the negative. But before we get to that,
that's why you did. Do you ever see Eugene with a beard?
No. No, I don't think he had a little bit of facial hair after he was taking the testosterone, but I don't know if he has any more now.
You know, I was getting my hormones messed up. See.
Yeah, he was taking that testosterone.
I was getting my hormones messed up because I'm like, maybe he was taking the estrogen, the other one, instead of the hormones. That's probably why his hair didn't grow. Like, and maybe, like, I was getting them mixed up. But he was taking hormones,
testosterone
for masculinity, testosterone
to be masculine. He wanted to be masculine. So Quad takes a dig after Audra brings up that, what Toya said, and Quad takes a dig and calls Toya tacky and misled. And that her self-esteem, we did say this last week, that her self-esteem is based on material things.
Yeah, it is.
And she's really insecure. That's why she feels like she has to judge everybody's outfit. But you're not a fashionista. We don't look you for fashion.
Yeah, like, girl, we don't know what you have on. Like, you could be wearing Versace, and Gucci and Pucci. You could be wearing all this stuff, but I can't even tell what you have on because it looks a mess.
And Toya really wears stuff that's bigger than her size. I think she's insecure about her weight, and she don't know how to dress for her size.
Yeah, because for all that, she could have called Sheree and went down to Shein for all that. Because
called Sheree for what?
Sheree got the hook up at Shein. You know, she could
cuts now. So Eugene talks about his relationship being like a sword. His masculinity is cut.
And yes, jeans and blazer. Yes.
He feel run over and vulnerable, and this man gets on there and apologizes to his wife for trying to get them out the negative balance. They, working double shifts, and he was away from her, and he didn't give her what she wanted, and he wants to apologize to her. And I don't even think she really took it that well. I think she was just like, okay.
All I gotta say is that's a good man, Savannah. That's a good man, Savannah. Because Eugene, Toya, be kind. That's
and then you embarrassed him again at this table talking about you want to walk away from him and you don't want him to get in the bed.
Don't you just wish that he don't come, like, don't come get in my bed. Your bed, ma'am.
Heavenly would never, ever talk bad about Damon. Ever.
Right.
And I can respect
that. She would never say that she don't want Damon in her bed.
She gonna always welcome Daddy in her bed.
Right.
But like, you need to take some. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to say you're gonna have to take some notes from Heavenly on how to treat your husband. Because Damon ain't going nowhere. She trapped that man, and he ain't going nowhere.
Right. Because he gonna get the baby talk from everybody else. We don't got time for that.
Oh, you said that Eugene was snipped? Did you? Who said he was snipped?
I didn't. I thought he was taking estrogen. Like, I thought maybe he got the thing. That's what I got mixed up. Like, I didn't know
he didn't want estrogen.
No, because I was wondering, like, because sometimes, because one of my friends, she's transgender, she was taking the estrogen, so it's like her beard went grow, and she's like, stops the hair. So I was like, maybe I could get some, because I tend to grow a 5 o'clock shadow in the beard sometimes, and I thought maybe I could get some more estrogen, because maybe I was off balance with my testosterone, because I just grew, matter of fact, it's here again. I just start growing like hairs out of my chin, and now it's profuse. It's like,
but estrogen makes you grow a little bit of hair right there too. You know that, right?
See, this is what I'm saying. So I didn't know. So,
but he was taking his testosterone. I don't know if he stopped, because he apologized for working. So what do you think about him apologizing to Toya?
I think he's a good man, Savannah. That's a good man. Because he's apologizing for him out there saving lives. He's out in the middle of the pandemic, saving lives, putting his life on the line to save others, to provide for his family. And he came home and apologized.
His masculinity was cut, because I still think about that scene where he was outside and he comes swishing in like.
How he came in
on his hip. What are y'all talking about? They got two moms.
Oh my God, Toya just heard the. I wish he doesn't get in my bed.
Toya want her back broke. Let's be clear. She want her back broke. And
right. She wants some thug loving. Toya wants somebody to come in and kick the door in, waving the full
She's not satisfied as a woman. Admit it. Just go ahead and say, I'm not satisfied. I haven't got my back broken.
This is just reminding me of an episode of Noah's Ark. Like, I don't know if you watched Noah's Ark or not, but remember when the couple that got married, he wanted like some thug loving on the side, and he checked his and he found out that he was out here into thugs. So he went out with T, and he ended up meeting
all the way back.
That's my show. Oh my God. Because I was like, you wanted this thug, like you were out trying to get a thug. And like, that's what Toya wants.
That's what Toya wants. She want a thug. She want her back broken in. She want Bolo. But she got Peter Weeder at home. But we're gonna move forward. Quad is throwing a party called Holla Slay, and during this segment, she takes more digs at Toya, which let me know that she's not Toya's friend.
Not at all.
The toxic frenemy-ship. And
she's still mad about what Toya said about her townhouse, her 4-story townhouse.
And that's what I was saying. She never forgot about what Toya said. And you can tell by that speech she made like towards the end. She never forgot what Toya said. And that bothers her. Really.
But Toya and Quad, I find that they're very similar.
They are similar, but
they're very much similar in my opinion. Like,
Quad was brave enough to get out of the situation she was in. I don't think Toya she don't know how to do it on her own. She's used to being a housewife. She don't know how to wake up in the morning and go to work.
Yeah, but I think as far as living off of like people opinions, because I think Quad takes people opinions very serious as well. Like it may not be in the same manner as Toya does. Like Toya may like, I want to dress the part, I want to look the part because my husband is a doctor. We are wealthy, so I should look wealthy. And me putting on, you know, an outfit that says Versace is wealthy. Whereas Quad, like she held that grudge from Toya saying something about her house. Like you said, I have a 4-story. It's one person. Like it's just you and your wigs, Quad, and those dogs. Like, child, please. You had that 4-story townhouse that was nice, but being that this person criticized you, you had to go out and prove them wrong. Like,
and that's big with black folks. We gotta show our wealth, and we gotta show.
Yeah, like she has to. Like Toya has to prove she's rich by having these things.
So does Quad. Quad is trying to prove that she got it, and
right. And I said they're very similar.
It's great. You have a nice home,
right?
But I don't like it when people are like, "Well, you're having a party just to celebrate yourself having money."
To show that I got this house. Like
it's not even about Christmas. It's about you did it for yourself and you brought your mom down from Memphis.
Cause it's just, I think it's like it's gluttony to have a large. It's you.
Hey, Ranting.
You know, like hey, Ranting. You know, Mason. You know, Mason's a grown man, but he's still 6. You know, he don't take up that much space. And her mother, and for you to have that astronomical house.
6-year-old. Let's be clear, he grown 6.
Yeah, so he's a grown man, but
he can pay a bill. He can pay a bill. He can cut the grass.
He definitely can, but to have 3 people in that massive house, like you were doing it to show off, and that's pure gluttony. Like you have that
pride. It's not gluttony,
yeah.
Pride.
But to have all that space that's not needed, like that space is not needed for you.
It's not, but once again, Quad is one of those people that has to show her wealth, just like Toya, because both of them are the same. As much as she dogs Toya, it says Toya is materialistic, so is Quad.
That's what I was saying. They're very similar.
Materialistic. Let's be clear, she's not going to date the garbage man. She's not going to date a postal worker. She's not, she's dating high-end type of people.
Right.
You got to have money to be with Quad. She's not going to date the handyman.
Definitely not.
Francis says that big house will come in handy as Mason gets older and starts having friends stay over.
That is so much house. Like that don't even make no sense. Like he could have 10 friends stay over.
Mason a preacher? He preaching? He probably is preaching on the side.
I can see him being a man of the
poor. I can see him preaching. He got the voice. He seemed like he been here before, so he
right. So
happened back in the old days.
He's definitely one of the children that the elder mother says he done been here before.
He been here before. He was here when they first brought us.
That boy right there done been here before.
He was already here. Nola said no Mason slander. We're not gonna talk about Mason.
No, we're not talking about Mason in a bad way.
We're talking about kids on this channel.
Definitely not in a bad way. But Mason is one of those old souls. He's one a settled child, like an old soul. Like he remind me of my brother was. But my brother was raised by our great grandmother, so he used to be like, "Go down yonder." You know what I'm saying? Like always say, like we just looking at him like, "You're like 10. What do you mean yonder?" You know, like. But they have that old soul, like. He's very mature.
Family coming for the holidays at Quad House. I think they was already staying at Quad House. They was already at Quad House.
That's just a big house.
We love Mason. Yeah, we don't talk about other
we love Mason.
Like some people. We don't talk about other people's kids. So we gonna talk about that later.
Publicly. I'm not publicly talking about somebody's kid now. I talked about your kid, but it was behind closed doors. It wasn't publicly.
We didn't say nothing about nobody.
Right. I was at the kitchen table. You know, it was only like 2 or 3 people.
So Toya, being the petty woman she is, and being the fact that her and Quad are not friends, like I said before, she decides she wants to bring a basket because Quad brought her a basket like 2 or 3 years ago with Vienna sausage in it. And I can see how she would have been offended by that.
But I don't know, because if she had fried them Vienna sausages up and probably sliced just a little bit, get the bread and just slice the bread, diagonally and dip it in some
Vienna sausage with hot sauce,
I like a fried Vienna sausages.
Yeah. But During that time, Toya was having tax problems, and she made it her storyline. And that's when she brought her the budget basket.
Yeah, when she was in the red, everybody was talking about her.
In the red, and she had a party when she was in the black. But now, allegedly, she's back in the red again. Stop spending money on stuff you don't need, and you won't be in the red because he makes enough money. You spend the money you make it at this point. You spent your whole Bravo check? You mean to tell me you in the negatives?
Eugene needs to put her on a sex allowance.
What does that mean? You said allowance?
A sex allowance.
What, a sex allowance?
Yes, it's something that some men put on their wives. For you get an allowance for sex, and being that she does not want to have sex with him a lot, in my head, she won't get that much money. He could save money. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to figure out some way for Eugene to save some money because I want him to have enough money left over for his next wife when he wake up and divorce Toya. No, I'm not. But
I think he's scared to divorce Toya. I think he's scared. He know he getting beat up. He know he getting run over. He vulnerable. He don't have testosterone.
I think Toya saw him coming. I think Toya definitely saw him coming.
Toya is tired of him because she's feeling like.
But I don't think she's not going to go nowhere either because no one's like. I don't think like
she's getting her back broke in the neighborhood. But before we get to that, she brings.
Yeah, that not be down in another cul-de-sac.
They said he was in the cul-de-sac. Face down, butt up.
She better not be on the cul-de-sac down the block in the next.
He was in the cul-de-sac with your legs up, but she brought her the basket, and she gave her a divorce shirt, which was shady. Quad called it because they are not friends.
Quad going to catch some shade, but
but she pretended like she didn't know it. Like I wonder why. Is it because she had this plan for Toya to get ate up later on?
Because she was already hurting her feelings. Toya's feelings was hurt when Toya walked in that house. When they opened the grand doors to that house, and Toya, because that house is beautiful. Quad house is off.
It is a nice house.
The decorations and her decorations, the way I just said it's a lot of house for 3 people or 4 people or whatever, but the house is beautiful, phenomenal. Like she's coming close by the chateau. Like she's like right up there by the chateau.
But it didn't take Quad nearly as long to get set up in her mansion as it took She by Sheree or She by She Won't Pay, She by Sheen, She by somebody else.
Right.
She by herself.
Not at all. And Quad did that. That house is nice. It's decorated beautifully. It's exquisite. It's really nice. But so Toya feelings was hurt already. So all she could do is hand her the basket. And I think I would have did the same thing as Quad. I would have been
But the thing about it is I'm not going to nobody's house I don't like. If I don't like you, I'm not finna go to your house. Clearly they do not like each other. They do not like each other at all.
But they're getting paid to
they're getting paid to be fake, but
so she gonna be there because I know when those doors open, Toya heart kind of.
She needs to check, according to Audra. But before Audra gets there, we see Anila get there and be messy. Anila, she don't really have a personality. She's real passive aggressive. So if she wants to say or do something, she's gonna bring somebody else to say and do it because hence her mother, hence she brought her husband when she was wearing the outfit, hence now you're bringing your friend Zaina, who was apparently friends with Toya.
Yeah, they have a history. Zaina and Toya has an alleged history, and according to Heavenly, Zaina was the one who said that Toya was down, on people's cul-de-sacs, spreading it wide and laying it.
I believe it though. I believe it. She ain't getting it at home. Think about it.
Well, I think she's getting it, but it's not what she wants.
She's a woman. She got needs. And
she's not getting what she wants at home. I think she's getting it. I think Eugene is trying to sling it, but it's missing. I think he's slinging, but
miss every time.
Some people can. They can. They can. They definitely can.
Toya, get on your nerves. Do y'all believe Toya was in the cul-de-sac with her legs up?
I think she was in a golf
dropping
cart.
the kids off at school and going down to somebody's husband.
He may have been in a golf cart.
I want to know what Zaina knows. If you're gonna tell it all. What do you know? Did you see Toya coming out somebody's house? Did you hear noises coming out of somebody's house? Did you see Toya car parked outside of somebody's house? Did you find text messages? I want to know. Let's see. Y'all don't believe Toya was legs to the moon? Legs to the moon. But okay, so she brings Zaina to the party. Zaina know what time it is. She know what she's there for. She's there to create mess. And Heavenly sees that it's about to be messy because a messy bee sees when the mess is coming. So she knows when it's about to go down. Y'all don't believe Toya was down there legs to the moon? Y'all believe they lying on Toya?
I don't know what to believe at this point.
Put the moon in the chat if you feel like her legs is to the moon.
Put some legs in the chat.
Put what?
Put some legs in the chat.
Put the leg and then put the moon. So y'all think they lying on Toya?
Because this is, this could go real. Because I don't know if Toya.
Why would they lie? Like
I don't think Toya's willing to get caught.
I want to know, what do y'all know? Do y'all have text messages? Did you hear Toya moaning behind the bushes? Did you see Toya car parked out of somebody's house?
I could see Toya telling. I could definitely see
Nobody
Toya.
in the chat believes that her legs is to the moon.
I could see Toya, if Toya was doing something like that, telling her girlfriend, because she seems like she's that type of girl. Like, girl,
You don't believe? I believe anybody is capable of anything. So I don't want to say she would never do this because I don't know her personally. But
from what she's giving and indirectly saying about her husband, it would lead me to believe that she laid flat on her back in the cul-de-sac.
Not laid on her back in the cul-de-sac.
She's laid flat on her back in the cul-de-sac, legs up high because she like it like that.
Once again, Heavenly let it be known that Quad, Anila, I guess Heavenly was in on the call. And
Heavenly knowing everything. Heavenly is just real messy.
Heavenly is being messy, but
messy because you knew about Quad allegedly messing with married men, like they told you the tea, and now you know about Toya allegedly, driving the golf cart around giving coochie to people in the area. Like,
okay, y'all can defend Toya. Y'all can defend Toya. But what I did not like was the gang up. It seemed like it was a gang up, and it was everybody against Toya. And Toya stood up for herself, which I expect for her to, and I'm proud of her for doing, because I know what it's like to feel like you're being ganged up on.
Well, one thing, Toya gonna fight.
And I saw the next clip of her swinging on. It looked like a Audra.
No, it was Audra.
So it looked like Audra. You kind of snuffed Audra, and then it looked like you kind of swung a little bit. Like you swung.
You wanted to snuff her when Audra pulled out that calculator.
When she pulled out the receipts, but we're gonna hold on. Let's talk about Quad's speech before we get into what Audra said, because Audra went in on Toya.
But real quick, did you hear about how Toya was calling Anila's dress, calling her ice capade?
An ice skater. She did kind of look like an ice skater.
She did look like an
ice skater. But people don't realize how rude they come across. Like, that's mean. Like, even though she looked like an ice skater, don't come up to somebody at a party and just be like, you look like an ice skater. Just talk about them behind their back. Sometimes you just it's not necessary to be keeping it real goes wrong. And this is
Toya is very direct with stuff like that. That's
like, you don't have to say it. You don't have to tell her that she looks like a figure skater or that her mama don't wash her hands and she dirty and she nasty. And
no, I would have to tell her that because if I catch a mother running around here smelling like an onion, I'm telling Anila.
She definitely looked like an ice skater with that hair. She got Indian hair, but you don't know how to style it. You need to call Keisha, Latoya, and them so they can help you style it because.
What is the persuasion lady?
Karen was reading you about your hair. You let Miss
Karen. What's a Karen? The persuasion lady.
Persuasion was reading, and she said,
she was like,
it was so much shade in this episode.
Your ponytail isn't long enough.
She said something to the effect of, where did she get that? Where did she get that from?
Yeah, like your ponytail is too short, darling. And the way she says it with that accent is just so funny to me because she's like,
she didn't know how to style it because you remember Jennifer from Basketball Wives, she wore like a long ponytail and it looked good. She just attached the hair to her head and I don't think she combed it. She just thought it was enough.
Because we got a different swag about us. Like Jennifer probably could cook. Jennifer gonna put in the head look good.
She's an imitator, but she can't be a duplicator. That's why she needs to be off the show. And she can't do her own dirty work. She's using this other friend for you to be relevant. So before we get to that, let's talk about Quad and her giving a speech of how much she made money and how much she's doing it for herself. And people didn't think that she was gonna make it. And she brought her mama down from Memphis. And she taking care of everybody. So we gotta acknowledge Quad.
Wait. I'm over here choked.
I'm just like, it's the narcissism for me. Like,
that was a narcissist.
That was a narcissist moment.
Speech, like the speech, the whole speech.
And you standing on the balcony like you the queen, looking down.
Like,
I know that
people thought I wouldn't be here today. Where am I? I'm here. And I mean, it was just given like so much.
It's not even your birthday. It's not your anniversary. You did your graduate from
college.
Like, you doing it for yourself. And we got to acknowledge Quad because she did it. You did that. You did that.
She wanted everybody to stand up and give her that slow clap moment. Like,
we congratulate you for what? It's Christmas. We're not even talking about Christmas.
Right.
Nobody brought a gift. Nobody was exchanging gifts. It's not even about Christmas.
It is baby Jesus' birthday. And you sitting here, being quiet. I'm telling you, boy, but very entertaining.
Leo says, girl, we were already proud of you.
Right. We had the full story. Yeah. I was proud of you when you left him. Because after he fell down to the floor with a pack
when you took that number, I was happy with you.
No, when he fell down to the floor and threw a pack of Alka-Seltzer in his mouth and acted like he was foaming.
That was the weirdest.
That was just weird. And most, not all, some psychiatrists are already tick boom themselves. That's why they can understand. That's why I want to be a psychiatrist, because I can understand the crazy, because I'm crazy. So I understand and I can relate to the crazy. But a lot of them are crazy themselves, and they know how to manipulate people to make them feel like they're going crazy.
Quad's not innocent. Let's be clear.
And I don't think she's innocent, but that man, when he fell out the floor,
with people's husband, allegedly. So
I hope it wasn't late husband.
I
hope it wasn't late husband.
It was Lake husband. That's who I'm talking about. Lake husband. So we not gonna.
I don't think Quad did that.
You over here talking about Toya got her legs to the moon, but meanwhile,
I don't think Quad did that. I don't think so.
Heavenly said Quad was on the call when they was talking about it being messy, and y'all invited that girl to the party, knowing that it was gonna come up. Heavily brought it up because she knew that she was talking about it behind her back. So she was like, well, I might as well bring it up. So, because everybody's here. So after we listened to her brag and we got the ice scare to comment. Audra. Audra, how do you feel about Audra?
I like Audra. I liked her. I liked her a little bit from the beginning. I was trying to feel her out to see, I like her attitude. I like her husband as well. I like her and her husband's dynamic. Her husband
is funny. I will say that. I do like their chemistry.
Yeah, I like the husband. I like the way they interact with each other. Because when he said, "I'm going to bring my smoking jacket," next time I fell out.
And then when she had mouth open, and then he was like, "If you keep it, if your face stand like that, then I'm not gonna kick you out of bed." I thought that was funny.
Yeah, he seems like funny, and he has a sense of humor. I like them together, but I really liked when I was like, oh, I like this girl when she showed up with this shirt, because that is me. That long sleeve shirt with the cutout titties, because I'm gonna show my assets. You know what I'm saying? With the cutout titty and some jeans. Like,
Victoria was being childish, and
yeah, we're at a party. Like, I'm glad she didn't put on a ball gown or she didn't get dressed up, because she showed that
she's just going to a friend's house for dinner.
Down to earth, like, and plus she's probably not a well-established lawyer. She's young. So she probably don't have the money like that.
I think she's young, 1 year younger than me, because she's
and they're paying back loans, like her and her husband. Her husband may be a doctor or a dentist, but he's probably paying back a lot of student loans and stuff right now. The first 10 years, sometimes it's hard for a doctor.
Cleo says,
especially black doctors, they're paying back loans.
Cleo says, I like Audra, but she deserved to get popped. I'm actually not mad at Toya. I'm not mad at Toya either, because one thing I can say about Audra, although I understand where she's coming from, I feel like she takes it too far. And that's the theme lately. I think universally around board with all the drama happening on the block right now is people are taking things too far.
Too far, yeah.
Where are the lines? Where are the boundaries?
But like Dr. Heavenly said, where is the HIPAA law?
Where is the HIPAA law? But HIPAA don't apply to law, but
when she pulled out that calculator and started adding and subtracting and carrying the one,
she said they bought the house for $2.9 million and they sold it for like $2.7 million, and it left like a $80,000 difference. I'm paraphrasing, and then she come to find out that Toya is in the negative, and that she has 7 liens on her. In her name in Fulton County.
7
liens, 7 houses you've been in, 7 rents that you haven't paid. But that's why your husband has to work double shifts, because y'all stay in the negative.
And he's trying now. This man wants to explore something.
If you don't go to College Park, get you a nice house at College Park, or you could go to Stone Mountain. Get you a nice house, a 4 or 5 bedroom, and just sit down somewhere. And stop trying to live in Duluth and Suwanee and Alpharetta, because you can't afford it. You can't afford it.
I feel so bad for you, Gene, because
you can't afford it.
Sometimes this is what happens when you get with a round the way filet.
Go to Morrow. It's other places. You can go to Southwest, Ben Hill.
But it's more about the house. It's the whole lifestyle. Like, she would have to change her whole lifestyle. And it's not only about the house, because it's like, You're playing with houses, and you're with the wine, the money. Remember, she wanted the her wine bill, like, oh, my wine fee for the month, Because
like, she wanted a whole wine cellar. She wanted a 2-story wine cellar. Who drinks that much wine? I know you're at home all day, but like, who drinks that much wine? Is it for show, or is it for? Can you afford it?
It's to say I'm wealthy and I should have this, or whatever.
She's not even.
I feel sorry for Eugene, because, like he said, he doesn't have a plan B. Like, this was his plan. And maybe he would have been able to search or try to figure out a plan B if his wife didn't spend up all his money. Because trust me, if she wasn't spending the money probably the way she was, they would have had something saved. To whereas he could have took some time off and ventured out and do other projects and still not worry about, dang, this bill is paid. I gotta be paid. I gotta pay it. Now he just has to keep working.
Renton says Toya mushed her and didn't expect that lady to start swinging. We know Toya will swing. Ask Mariah. Toya been swinging.
Toya said, bitch. Toya said, bitch.
Toya is still a hood girl now, even though she want to act like
Toya is around the way filet.
She's been around the block now. She's from Detroit. Don't be all over her face like Audra was doing too much. She was
when she told Mariah, bitch. I was like, whoa.
When you use your body to push somebody back and you just chest bump them, like, come on, you're asking for it. You're asking to get popped. And I know we got fans of hers in the chat. Cleo says she was way too close to Toya's face, and she was, and I don't feel bad that she got popped. Cleo says, but it looks like she got Toya's ish. She got in Toya's ish though. She did. And she was
Toya probably was just waiting for opportunity. Like, give me a reason to hit you. Because the way she bust out that calculator and started deducting and subtracting and think she was ready. Like, girl, get in my face so I could bop you one good time. Because I know I would have been giving her that. Like, I would have been saying nothing but come close. Because as soon as you come close, I'm gonna have any excuse to ragtag that ass. I'm gonna have any excuse because of what you did. You just sat there and blew my cover. Like, you know, you had Heavenly sitting there like, is there any law? You know?
But you told that lady business. And
right.
Cleo says, Shady, me and my friend just want them to get a nice house in Stone Mountain. I'm from Stone Mountain, so I can talk about it. Get you a nice house in Stone Mountain. You can go to Lilburn, Tucker, Avondale if you need to, because Candy stay off Cascade. So if Candy can stay by Cascade, you can come down a little bit and stop trying to live up there with them. You can't afford that.
Is that where what's her name? Kim said it was the ghetto?
It kind of is the ghetto, but she don't have to say it's the ghetto, because where Candy stays, it's very black, which is a good thing, but it's also very urban, if that is a word. It is urban. It's urban where Candy stays. But there are also rich people who live out that way because there are nice houses with land. Evander Holyfield, I know, has a house down there. Candy has a house. A few other celebrities do live in the area. So it's not like it's all destitute, but it's like the rich people live like so close to the urban places, they kind of blend together.
Mm-hmm.
Like Atlanta is becoming gentrified, so the nice places and the hood is like next door. So it is kind of ghetto. I mean, it is. But it wasn't Kim Zolciak who said it was her slave. What was her slave name?
Sweetie.
Sweetie. You know, Sweetie said that, but Sweetie, you didn't have a shack, you didn't have a house. But that's a whole nother topic. I'm blaming Mercury retrograde. I feel like that's the reason why tonight is messy. So Anila, while Audra is dragging her, talk about she's in the negative. Anila's friend, Anila steps up and try to put her 2 cents in, and I feel like she kind of had more oomph because her friends was there. And then you want to start beef with Toya friend hood too, because she got up like she was ready to fight.
Yeah, because Toya friend was already
ready.
Like, she already knew what it was. She was on point. That's why she was there.
Toya friend was ready, and Anila
was ready, and Toya already had her friend ready. Like, look, I can't slap her.
Her friend, like she was like, these bitches dirty, these bitches.
Right? She said, I can't slap her, but you know, I don't want to slap her, but you can.
And her friend was ready.
Because she was sitting already.
She was sitting ready, and she got up like she was about to swing. And
and the other girl, Neela friend, the one that had the info on Toya, she looked like she was ready for some. She came to start some mess. She came to start mess.
She came to start mess. She was friends with Toya. I don't know what happened to end their friendship.
Because didn't she reach and try to speak to Toya, and Toya sat on the couch like she wasn't saying nothing? Toya's like,
she ignored her. She was like, I don't know that girl. But I'm kind of intrigued. I want to know what she knows. Tell me, if you can't put no allegations out there, because y'all in the chat do not believe that her legs was to the moon. I feel like it's a possibility.
Me too.
It's a possibility. I don't put nothing past nobody. I don't know why y'all over here defending her. Sunshine says, hey, Shady. Hey, May.
Hey, Sunshine.
Just me. Shrill 369 says, I don't feel sorry for him. He knows who he married. I do feel bad for him in a way. He's vulnerable.
But she saw this man coming. Like I said, he mentioned something very poignant about his mother and about his father relationship. He said the father controlled.
Are y'all on team? Let's ask this. Are y'all team Audra or are you team Toya? Put the leg in the moon if you're here for Toya.
Put the books if you're here for Audra, because she don't play about her education because she's African. And if you here for Toya, you put the moon in the legs because that's where they was at.
The leg in the moon for Toya. I still feel like the Liz could have been to the moon. I feel like she want her back broke.
I don't put it past. This man works. This man is working several hours to pay off these bills. This girl is drinking several bottles of wine, obviously. And you know what happened when you hit.
Let's just go ahead and invite whoever want to come on, because we talked about the friend wanting to fight and they get into a squabble. Even Audra was making little jokes about Simone because Simone was trying to, diffuse the situation. That she was the only one, in my opinion, that kind of had Toya's back. So Toya, just letting you know, none of these girls is your friend. In case you didn't know, none of them your friend except for maybe Simone. None of them like you. All of them have like negative things to say about you.
They
all
did.
Of them. And then, a lot of it is true, but I don't think
I'm losing. I gotta get these off.
Has Toya been getting on y'all nerves like that too? Or is Toya the next to go? Should Toya be on the show? She need to check.
I think she better keep that check. I think for Eugene's sake, and I want Eugene to have an income, I think I want to keep her there on the show just for Eugene.
But if they had a double income, I don't think that they would be in the negative. Well, they do because she's bringing in Bravo checks. But if she was also working on a business, doing like a real, maybe even a 9 to 5, something to pay the light bill, something, contribute. Sunset Shit says, I would love to meet Toya's parents or close family on the show. Just curious. I think her mom was on the show at one point.
Yeah, her mom was on the show.
Her mom was on the show before.
But I want to see Eugene's mother again because Eugene did say like how his father ran the household.
Like Toya. I remember that. Eugene
mother, no, because she saw what, as parents and then someone, especially on the outside looking in, we could see things that some people that's in it doesn't see. And she probably
I can see that he run over Eugene and
then she knows her son. Like she knows her son is probably a little pushover because like he said he watched his father control his mother. So that's probably something he want to go the opposite. Like I'm not going to tell her what to do because I watched my mother.
She's tacky. She don't know how to be a nice host.
But like I said, she saw Eugene coming and I think she's using that against him. His situation with his mother and father.
And making him feel guilty for paying bills? Okay. Hey, Ranty.
Hey.
Hello. So with this whole 7 liens, no, I can confirm one of those.
Oh, you did some research on the liens?
I can confirm one of them. Let me look at it. They brought it up at the 2018. It was filed against them in 2018, May 29th of 2018. And then this stuff didn't get released until July 1st of 2020. Now, is it the full record? No. But does it say that they owe the Georgia Department of Revenue Services? Has a tax lien been put on them for them? Yes. Now, this is under solved. So if y'all was to go look at it for yourselves, this is under solved. Now, they will only show you the solved ones. They won't show you what's current. Now, I say I can confirm this one. I don't know about the other ones.
So you said you saw one. So the other 6 is still out.
I don't even know if this is a part of the 7.
Mm-hmm. This is terrible.
I saw the archive got that deal with Netflix. Good for her.
She has a deal with Netflix.
Well, not a deal, but I think they use La Archive for one of their films. I mean, it's cheap. It's in Atlanta.
Either the shows or the movies because they use Georgia to film because you could get around a lot of stuff. Oh. This is basically what it is. A lot of people film in Georgia because you could get away with a lot of stuff. Like the Avenger movies, most of them were filmed in Georgia
because of the masks, the COVID-19 laws. And they said they were going to protest when he gave us after the pandemic, and we was the first ones to open, and people was like, "Oh, they're not going to film in Georgia no more." But money talks. That's what else you going to film.
First of all, it was back in Georgia because it's cheaper, and even before then, they filmed Black Panther.
Black Panther, yeah.
Georgia. A lot of these shows and movies filmed the Vampire
Valley.
Yep, P Valley films in Georgia. The Vampire Diaries.
A lot of stuff happens here.
For the entire run of the Vampire Diaries on the CW.
Oh wow, the Vampire Diaries was filmed in Georgia too?
Yes. What is the other show? MacGyver, the reboot that was on CBS, filmed in Georgia.
What about the originals? Was that New Orleans?
I don't know. Let me check, because they kept showing Bourbon Street, but I was like, I don't know.
Well, you said
that Bourbon Street could have been
to yourself. So are you not team Audra or team Toya?
I'm team keep your hands to yourself. We could talk all day. I can make you feel however I want to, especially if I got something on you that you know is true. And if you feel like you got to put your hands on me because you didn't got your feelings hurt, then that should say something to you about maybe you shouldn't be, up here doing what you're doing. Because that lady probably would have. Here's my thing. Here's how I see it. Audra probably, if she was just trying to be vindictive and petty, then okay, I'll be like, yeah, that's not right. But you kept messing with that lady, kept picking at her about different stuff. And when you start to pick at people for just like little things and they feel like you're trying to play them, especially when, they went to school for what they went to school for. And it's kind of like, well, even though you were the teacher, some people still look down on stay-at-home moms. That's a full-time job in itself because you got to run everything.
They've been treating her like that since the beginning of the show.
Yeah, it's not just you sitting at home doing nothing. Like, you really are, like, the lover and the secretary working every day of the week. Mm-hmm. You get no breaks. But if you wouldn't have been messing with that lady, telling her she wasn't a good lawyer, you don't know if she's a good lawyer or not.
Well, I guess she's good enough to dig up your history.
She was able to find dirt on you and put it out in front of everyone.
Here's the thing. She was able to get to the stuff that I can't get to. And y'all know
because she has access. They said she's a real estate lawyer.
She did a background check on her and just
right, and she probably has access to those type of information on people having liens and house loans and that it being a real estate lawyer. And she probably was sitting there when Toya told her that, oh, you're not a good lawyer. She probably was sitting there like, I'll show you how good I am. Mm-hmm. So, give me a couple. She just countered her with, some information
that was true and that she did not deny. And she was like, well, so you just gonna dig up my stuff and
right? And I find that weird. Oh my God, you're a stalker.
No, she should have swung when she dug up all this stuff on her and she told it. That's when you should have swung at that moment. You should have swung.
They just simply.
She waited. She felt like you felt some type of way about it. I get it because you'd be upset if somebody sprayed you with something you didn't want.
Right, because if I was Toya, I'd have been sitting there fanning underneath my wig because I would have been hot. That you pulled out the counter, I'd have been like,
you done went down to the county on me and got my information and put it out there.
And after I've been lying so well,
especially when you've been perpetrating on like TV, like you got it like that, but you didn't. Oh, Mace.
I've been fronting, and you want to try to expose me? You want to expose me? In the words of Jocelyn Hernandez, don't expose me when I'm fronting in the name of the Lord. Like,
Chest bumping her. Mace. She was chest bumping. She was.
Mace, the originals filmed in Georgia too.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of movies are filmed here.
Wow, and I love it.
And that's another thing. A lot of these celebrities are getting robbed because a lot of money is around, and a lot of these urban people are. I'm not saying, it's a lot of people that's in the hood, and they see all these people with money around, and a lot of these rich folks have been getting broken into.
Oh my God! If y'all want a quick buzz, I don't know if it's just me, but this day. I just poured some, and I take 2 sips. I'm sitting here like,
what is it? Because I'm about to refresh my drink.
It's Cocoa Divine. It's chocolate and wine. It's like supposed to be a chocolate wine, but I knew it must have been.
I don't know because she didn't sign any contract with Toya, so she's not obligated to protect Toya.
She doesn't.
So it would be different if she signed, if Toya retained her and
as a lawyer, if she was Toya's
lawyer, and then she said, I want you to be my lawyer, and then later on you went and sprayed her with information that as being her lawyer, then that's illegal. But
yeah, because that's attorney-client privilege. You can't.
That's attorney-client privilege, but because she's not their attorney, whatever she gets, she could have got it from another lawyer. She could have got it from a background check because, I'm trying to figure out who's around me.
Who said incest? Who's doing incest?
A nest. They talked about.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God. But I knew that this one, I just sent you a picture, Shady. I sent you a picture on the DM. When I saw this girl drinking this wine, and I was like, oh, my God. I done went down because I'm like, why am I getting so tipsy off this thing? But it's just so good.
It's the Grey Goose, y'all. It's the Grey
And first
Goose.
of all, chocolate in a bottle is not even their stuff. They, basically wholesale. They get it from a wholesaler.
Because this is like some cocoa. It tastes like chocolate, like chocolate milk, but like with a kick.
Alcohol.
Yeah, but with 2 sips in, I'm like, woo.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's not the Inez. You're not drinking Inez, are you?
Oh no, this is called Coco Divine.
Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what it is. I thought y'all said incest. I said, who's doing that?
No, so back to the whole thing. So it's just like, Toya, you got upset because she sprayed you with your tea that you don't want nobody to know about, but you got sprayed with it. So now you upset. Now you want to get up and now y'all titty bumping. Because that's basically what y'all was doing. Y'all was titty bumping.
But it was Audra starting it. Audra was in her face.
And here's the thing, Audra, you shouldn't have been trying to titty bump that lady. You don't know her.
Right, because I would have decked her too.
But here's the thing. Toya felt like because she's been in fights before and because she's from Detroit, I'ma mush her. Like, even though she titty bumping me, she ain't gonna do nothing. I'ma mush her and she ain't gonna do nothing because I'm on this show. I'm the big dog. I'm the OG. She not gonna do nothing. And then you saw that lady, but security was holding her. Like,
maybe she could sue her for defamation if she wanted.
She can't.
But defamation of what? You have to prove that someone's lying.
Yeah, if it's true, you can't.
And I doubt if her being a real estate attorney, I doubt if she's lying.
Here's the thing. She can't sue her for. Here's the thing. Just like I was able to just go look that up very quickly and look at the solved ones because they only show you what has been solved. Anybody else can go do that and bring it up completely. The truth is not like no.
Right. The truth is not defamation.
Okay, just like Sheree can't sue nobody for saying she don't pay her bills. Why? Because it's been confirmed.
Right, and then she would have to prove. See, this is the burden of proof. You would have to prove that you do pay your bills. So you would have to come up with at least probably 6 months to a year worth of bills that you all pay. Because if you have any missing, like, it's not defamation. You don't pay your bills, girl. You know that.
So Audra, you shouldn't have been titty bumping that lady, but Toya, just because she was titty bumping you, you mushed her. But when you mushed her, you didn't expect for that lady to start swinging on you.
I saw connects. I saw somebody connecting though. I saw somebody connected. I think it was Toya.
Well, I saw it connected with Toya. I saw Toya come in with that Detroit left hook. That's what it was. It was remnants of the same hook that she had gave Mariah. Because when she said bitch.
Nah, bitch.
I knew Toya was from the hood. But Toya said, bitch. I was like, this is a roundaway fillet. She is from the hood.
So we're going to have to see like how that plays out next episode. But it's just like, don't start none, won't be none. If you were Melody alone the first time, she wouldn't have been down to that Christmas party or it
wasn't a Christmas party. It was a
it's because I've been watching Half and Half, and I got this for Phyllis. It's the Ain't I Great party.
Oh my God, you watching Half and Half?
Yes, I love me some Half and Half.
Me too.
I watched it during its original run. I watched it when it went into syndication.
Yes.
I watched it during the summer.
Half and Half is hilarious.
Yes, it is. And I love the girl. What's the one with the red curly hair that's from The Craft? Oh my God. Like somebody.
Rachel True.
Yeah.
It was a
my favorite is the Essence Mama. I forget her name on the show, but
Phyllis. That's one, right?
Not Phyllis, but the one that plays opposite her. They hate each other.
Oh, Essence Mother. Yeah, she plays in whatchamacallit right now. She's in Family Business, right?
Big Didi. I love Big Didi.
She's always playing somebody's mama.
No, but Quad's party was the Ain't I Great party. And like I said, it's a big house. You could have a lot of people over. she could turn a few of them rooms into different stuff. Like if you want to start a business, you got the rooms for it. If Mason want to have a couple of his little friends over, but
Mason can have the football team over in the house.
But Mason don't like them kids like that, so I doubt it.
Mason don't mess with no kids his age.
So if Mason want to have like a game room, you could do that. If you want to start a few businesses in one of them rooms or multiple rooms in the house, you could do that. If your mama want to start a few businesses, she could do that. It's a nice house. Listen, if I had a big house like that, I would have different rooms dedicated for different stuff. I would have an art room. I would have a gaming room. I have a room dedicated just for the YouTube stuff. I have a room dedicated to just podcasting. I have a room dedicated to one big old closet, shoes, clothes, and accessories.
Mason looked like he could cook.
That too. I have a room set up.
And Quad cooks, so I know Mason probably,
I have a snack room. All these rooms would have a reason to be in this house. There would be a reason why.
Not a snack room.
A snack room. In the middle of the night.
Do what you want to do in your house now.
Right, you want to just roll into the... See, you said snack, I'm greedy. Like, how'd you say? Because now I'm just imagining, because I'm very vivid with I imagine a room with all types of pastries and potato chips and delectables. Like,
yes, you got the mini fridges. You
got the Hostess, the orange cakes like stacked up.
You got the whole 9 yards. Like,
she wanted everybody in the neighborhood to know how much she came up.
Hey, Chris.
It's the Ain't I Great party. That's what we're gonna call it. It was the Ain't I Great party.
It's a narcissist moment. It's
and
like
then with the basket, Miss Toya, Mr. Eugene. Mr. Eugene, you got dragged down to Twitter.
Miss Eugene.
Y'all call him Miss Eugene?
Not Miss Eugene.
Mr. Eugene. You got dragged on Twitter by Quad. Now, see, I said in the comments, I said if that basket that Quad gave them 2 to 3 years ago was 2 to 3 years ago, then the get back should have been 2 to 3 years ago, not at the Ain't I Great party, because you giving that lady that basket. Why she didn't say nothing in the moment? Your husband went on to get dragged that night.
Mm-hmm. But this is the thing. He was down with Toya giving this basket, this shady basket. But he felt some type of way about Anila as her husband.
But I can understand.
No, you felt some type of way about Anila and her husband coming down to the thing in the UPS outfit. But a joke is a joke, because Quad could have found the best.
That's true. That's very much true.
It's a double standard for them.
That's very true. You was mad at Anila for making a joke about.
But you were down with the joke, and
but Quad handled it differently. You should handle it like Quad handled it. Mm-hmm. Quad caught the shade. But did she acknowledge it? No, because it wasn't about her. It was the Ain't I Great party. So I know what you did, but we're gonna revisit this later. The T-shirt was shady. It was nice, nasty. It was very nice, nasty.
Listen, Toya, Mr. Eugene, I would just let it go. Okay, just let it go. Live in your truth. If you can't afford something, say it. Be fully transparent. Because the moment you get up on the television screens being fully transparent, the people tend to like you more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the people go,
He was trying to be vulnerable. Wasn't he being vulnerable this episode? And opening up about his
So what are you saying, Ranton? You're saying for them to live truthfully in their debt, live in your debt.
Be broke and go living like, outside?
Live your truth. Say what it is. Say we can't afford this place, okay? And that's why we moved. And you know what? Maybe, allegedly, possibly, because only one of them is confirmed. We may have 7 tax liens. Allegedly, until somebody can prove it to me. I need to see the paperwork. I hear them snack wrapping.
I think Audra got the paperwork. I think that may be coming up soon. Maybe she's going to come with the paperwork.
I want to see the receipts the neighbor was talking about, and I want to see the receipts Audra was talking about. I want the receipts.
Because I don't believe that lady's legs was to the moon. Okay, I don't believe that.
I mean, where would they come up with this from? Like, how did y'all
I don't think people just pull out cheating rumors out their behinds. And, I don't think that she was laid on her back flat to the cul-de-sac. I think that she was, maybe flirting with somebody or maybe interested in somebody. Maybe you know, and she probably told her friends because Toya seems like that girl that would be like, girl, you know, such and such and such. And they're sitting there holding it because she's real loose with the lips.
Listen, I'm not about to do this with you.
Probably she's loose with the lips more than, you know, in more than one way, maybe.
I'm not about to do it with these people. Listen, y'all not gonna try to get me for ruining a young black marriage. They're trying to ruin our marriage, Marcel. Y'all not about to get me, okay? Because ain't nobody trying
to wait, you ruined. She tried to ruin her marriage when she said the penis don't grow.
She said,
y'all not gonna try to blame me.
She tried to ruin her own marriage.
In the bed. She said she don't want him in the bed and they don't grow. And, you know, she was looking at the strippers in Vegas and she was trying to get that thing.
If somebody asks you what happens in the marriage, you know, whatever that you thought that would, the first thing that's going to come to your pea brain is that the penis stays the same. It just don't grow. Child, you trying to ruin your own marriage because a lot of men, especially black men, let's be for real, they live on their Johnson. It's like if you say something about it, they will fight. You could call them broke. They'll be like,
but y'all use that as
they have a little penis or whatever. They are ready to fight.
Y'all be attacking. Y'all be the first ones want to.
Right. This is what I'm saying because women know where to go, especially with a black man. The first thing is to go with his sexuality or his penis size. You understand?
And they done both to Eugene. They done both.
Right, and they done both, and his own wife has done to him.
His wife has come for his masculinity. And his, you know, sexuality.
Yeah, his own wife has done to him. So,
I mean, if you want to hit a person where it hurts the most,
hit him in the pain. Especially men. Like if you call men will try to fight people over this, and that always was so funny to me. I'm like, you could call them broke. You could talk about their mama. You could talk about anything else, and it's them. But as soon as you say, "Well, that's why you got a little," they like, "What? And you like, but it's true. Like it could be true.
It's true.
It could be true. Listen, but they ready to fight over that, you know.
Miss Toya, be more transparent like Mel and be less like Erica on Beverly Hills.
Yeah, don't just blurt out everything that you say. Think about what you say before you say it.
Cause woo, child, that Erica.
I think it's too much Patron. Can we blame the Patron, or is this just Toya?
No, I think that this is just Toya. I think Toya is like one of those people that's just like, because I'm kind of like that. Like people are like, oh, so I'm like, I'll end up telling you, so I don't have nothing to hide because I'll end up telling you because I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care. So
she acts that way even when she hasn't had it.
Yeah, I'll end up saying it like and be like, oops, probably I shouldn't have said that. You know, but I think she's just one of those blurters that blurt stuff out. And I think she did blurt out probably alluding or something to make this lady believe that something was going on with a neighbor. I don't think somebody just pulled that out.
Something happened in the neighborhood. Somewhere happened.
Something happened.
That was disrespectful towards Miss.
Like even when they tried to put the rumor on Monique, which was probably a complete lie.
It probably was true. You know,
it probably was, you know, but it probably was something going on. Probably she was around her trainer, you know, such and such. They saw something. It was something that someone saw to come to light. I don't think they just made it up.
It was a hidden friend that wanted to come out with rumors about her because they wasn't friends no more. If we was friends and you had my secrets while we were friends, if we start being cool, I think it's tacky to go out and just start blasting your former friend.
First of all, with the whole Monique situation, I still don't believe that. Y'all not gonna.
No, me neither. I don't believe it. But like I was saying, it's something. It's not like they pulled it out of nowhere. You understand what I'm saying?
Like, here's the thing. What's the quickest way to hit somebody with being like, oh, you cheating on your husband because you know you're always around this person?
Right. I said it has to be some type of trail there. It was something there that they made up this. It's not like, oh, I'm just make it up. Like we don't. It's no man.
It could be
like, obviously it's a man or somebody.
Smiling at somebody and people as flirting. You know.
Have y'all ever seen what is it? The movie Mystic Pizza.
Yeah.
Okay, so remember that where she see him with the girl, and she don't know that's his sister, and she dumped that fish into his car.
Yeah.
And then finds out later that why you do that? This my sister.
Right, but it was something she saw a woman. It's not like it was nobody. You understand? That's what I'm saying. So obviously it was somebody or something or someone around that they're coming to this conclusion that you're messing with this person or something. Just like Monique had a trainer that she probably was with, probably a nice looking guy. Monique's a nice looking woman or whatever. And they probably just like, oh, let me make this up. But it wasn't far-fetched because she was with this person. It has to be something. I'm saying it's a person. I'm just saying it's a guy, it's something, it's something somewhere.
Which goes
Thanks,
back
Nola,
to
for joining us. What are your thoughts on tonight's episode and the messiness that's going on?
Blame it on the goose, got you feeling loose. Blame it on the troll, got you in the zone.
Yes.
I don't believe that Toya is around their legs to the moon with somebody else because I don't think she want to lose her meal ticket. Okay, I don't believe that.
Why is it hard for you to believe that?
I believe that the men and I believe in men and women can be friends without nothing going on. So it could be that, they might have been talking. He might have been home during the day. So you're going over there like, hey, how you doing? Yada, yada, yada. But people see them talking in a mix. And they may feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Not cross-eyed.
They're doing something. Lord. And then, that lady probably put 50 on pump 2 and her card only had $2. You know what I'm saying? Because Anila bought that lady there. So Anila probably went back and told that lady, oh, Toya said that when she got married, Eugene Peen wasn't gonna get no bigger. And you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how we go back and
people spread mess like that, and
you know
you
what
should
that means, bro.
say that about your husband.
Her in the bed, and the lady probably done seen Toya around there talking to the man or whatever, and made the assumption that because you need an extension by way of his wife.
But I'm telling you, Toya probably said something going on. Toya probably said something to the lady or whatever for the lady to even make this up. Like, because sometimes we do say things because, like, I could see somebody that I think look good and be like, oh, God damn, he look good. And yeah, I'm married, but I got eyes. The people look good. You know what I'm saying? So somebody could be like, "Oh, she's saying that you don't look good."
That's why I want the receipt. I want to know what happened.
Right, this is what I'm saying. We want to know.
Why do we feel this way? Why do y'all feel like her legs is to the moon? Audra, what are the receipts?
Can I just say this is starting to be the storyline across all the boards? Across all the
broke
or cheap. These shows, either your husband sticking his beefcake on somebody's buffet or you inviting somebody to slide up in your buffet, and I'm sick of it. Can we come up with some other manufactured drama besides people giving their bodies to somebody that ain't supposed to be having it?
Nola.
Yeah, but that's, the housewives, that's cheating.
It's messy. It's dirty.
Nola, at least with this rumor, it's not like it was, Eugene's brother and Toya, like down on Miami at 11 Hip Hop. At least it wasn't that.
Oh, that is crazy. That damn man and her sister Gaia.
Gaia. Oh yeah, I'm dragging her tomorrow night.
It's the fact that
is Miami good, y'all? Because I haven't been watching. Is it good?
It's just with the Florence and the fact that Florence started music like 2019. First song ever came out in 2019.
And how she thinks she's the queen of Copa?
That's what I was trying to figure out. But the whole Florence, Gael, Marlon, aka the buffet eater, down to the dirty pool table club.
That is some nasty mess.
So with them, and then you got Suki and her situation. Those two situations that keep you entertained. Now Amara and Shay just make me sad.
Shay need to be off the show. She always looking for a man.
I want Mara to go.
Well, Shay's not looking for a man. This is more like she pregnant and she want her mama to find.
It's more like she found a sperm donor. It's not even. She's looking. It's more like I found a donor.
I don't know what the situation is. Was like, who's the baby's father? She said it's not Scrappy, but her situation is with her mama, and the fact that her mama has never said like genuinely, "I love you," because she didn't learn that from her mama. And the grandmother didn't learn that from her mama, and and so on.
We saw this play out on Ayanna Fix My Life when Shay, stormed off or whatever, and her mother. Yeah. We saw this play out, and like she said, the mother treated her different, the girl different, and then she treated the boys different. And you see the tension, like the mother even was like, even with I felt bad for Shay, like, God damn, the mother, she ain't even soft, she ain't even cracking, you know.
Shay just told her this past episode. And Nola gonna talk about it when she get to her review.
Yeah, but Miami's getting tired. And nobody better not say nothing bad about Suki. Don't say nothing bad about Suki.
You a lie. I'm a drag her.
Don't mess with Suki. She comes from a long line of hoes, and you know the Moors.
I had to do a slight. Listen, I had to do a slight draggage of Suki because at some point she gonna have to let them people go. If you want to go to superstardom, you want to really go to where you know the height she want to reach, she gonna have to drop them hanger-ons.
But she gonna have to drop all that nasty music and them nasty videos that she be doing.
I think that's making her the money. I don't know about the video because that video was disgusting.
The one where she was vomiting on the cucumber.
No, not that one. Was
she doesn't do. She said she don't do.
Talking about a music video. The music video, coochie everywhere.
I saw that one.
Coochie everywhere. I was shocked, and you know a lot of stuff don't shock me.
I saw that one.
But when that was to rival Luke. It was to rival.
Was that vomiting video for me?
Our girl Cleo. That's I hate that I like her. I hate that I like her.
It's not even Suki, but it was just like she don't make me sad. She gonna have to drop them hanger-ons. But going back to Shay, she told her mother, like, first of all, Mama D had to tell her to, tell your daughter you love her and then hug her in this moment because they went to like a parenting class so Shay could learn how to do stuff because she ain't never had a child before. And Mama D had to tell her mother to not only hug her daughter, but tell her daughter that you love her. And then, Shay was like, my mama don't really say this to me, and it don't feel genuine. So because
her mother don't like her.
So when she went
you could look at the mother and the energy that mama, ever since when I saw them on Ayala, her mama don't like her. I don't know.
Y'all, I'm watching clips of the fight with Audra and Toya. Toya went and told her mama. She done told her mama.
Oh, yeah, she told Anila mama, talk about your daughter did this, your daughter did that. This is what she gonna do. She living
this lady not even washing her hands.
Her mama.
Gonna do?
What's she gonna do to Anila?
Mama like Anila not a
Anila, a child.
Anyways. Girl, Toya, stop. Toya works my nerves.
Oh. No, but
I mean, she was defending herself. This episode, she was defending herself. She did cause a lot of this. But she is defending herself, and then
all you gotta do is leave people alone, and they'll leave you alone. But trying to finish out this whole Shay thing, she goes to see her mom, and she tells her mother, there's a lot of things I've never shared with you because we've never had that relationship. So she shares with her that I think it was like over maybe 10 years ago, she was in an abusive relationship. And she just explained like everything that happened in that relationship.
I don't give a damn.
Yeah, listen, and that's what the lady told her. She was like, "Well, when did it happen?" And she was like, "It doesn't matter how long ago it happened, whether it was 10 years ago or yesterday. It happened." And she was like, "Oh, that don't make you feel no type of way." And that's when the mother asked, "When did it happen?"
The lady said no.
No, because she do not like her. Like her mother don't like her.
Wait, so I'm getting to the kicker part of it. So Shay asked her mama, have you ever been in one of these situations? And her mother said, no, because I would never put myself in that situation. She said, no, I would never put myself in that situation. And if it even got to, if I ever thought it would get there, I would take myself out. Basically, you blaming your child for being in this situation. And it's just like, lady, some of this is your fault. While she should learn how to pick better men, this is your fault. She looking for the love of her mother and anybody who will give it to her.
Yeah, it's sad to watch.
And that's how she was able. I was like, oh, her mom. Ooh. I was like, y'all.
And her mother's just cold, like very cold. And like I said, whatever it is, I don't know what happened with their family dynamic or anything, but her mother don't like her. And you could love someone and not like them. You love them because you're forced to love them because it's your child. I think she's ever and but she don't like her. I don't know what made her don't like her child or whatever, or what transpired where she don't like her. She don't like her.
This been going on
even with the son, like when they was on Ayala, she felt she got a little softer with the sons, like because the older son that was married or whatever, I think he's a doctor.
Yeah, him and his wife.
Yeah, the older son, he was talking and he would break down and he was, say like the mother, she never was that huggy, touchy mother, but he did see the difference between the dynamic between her and her boys and then her and Shay. It was different.
And it's like this been going on since that girl was
the mother, and it's probably some people don't like females. Some females don't like females. They don't like females, and some females don't like males, because I've seen it like in families where they treat the male different or treat the the female different. Her mother don't like her. I don't know what's the reason. I don't know, but her mother don't like her.
And once again, proving my point that some people aren't meant to be parents and some people aren't meant to have children. And her mother is prime example.
Yeah.
Because I could dislike everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was to have it, like, you carried that child for 9 months.
Yeah, and this is I understand, like, when people like talk, because like it's a difference when you have kids. Mm-hmm. And some people already, because like I didn't like kids. I'm gonna tell you straight, and I probably still don't. I like my kids and I like certain family, but I'm telling you, put your baby on my lap, my knees automatically unlock and the baby sliding off. Like, get that child out of here. I don't like kids like that. I'm not a kid person. I'm not, get that baby out of here. Like, ew. Like,
I don't know that child.
I don't like kids like that. And I know that. And some people just don't like kids. And they probably have kids because they're forced to in relationships. And that's probably what her mother, But I think her mother just don't like her. I don't know if it's personal or her mother don't like females, but you can see the energy. Her mother don't like her.
Yeah. And we're going to see it play out later in the season that she told Amara, I guess, when Amara and Tango Hat Wearing Man was in a relationship, something about, like, I think it was like, don't trust Shay or not to be friends with Shay or just never be around her, but something like that. And it's just like, you go around telling people who don't even really know y'all like that something about your child. And it's just like, not even you don't like her. She hates her.
Yeah, because she likes Amara. Because even the way she say Amara's name, oh, Amara, like, you don't even say your daughter name like that. Like, it's something when you say, she gets like the feeling you get.
I do think Shay putting 20 on 10 with that situation with Amara, because her brother was being a bum, point blank.
Yeah, I think she just, of course she's going to feel some type of way, like, but I think Amara needs to go. I'm tired of her. Like, she's too dramatic. Like, I think she just had twins to be dramatic. Like,
not even that. I'm sick of her and the Allen stuff. Like, how many times I got to tell this, you're pretty, but how many times I got to tell you, big head? How many times I got to tell you, telenovela, that the reason why you can't pick a good man is because you have yet to go to therapy to work out your childhood trauma, because you were looking for the love of your father and all these trash men. MJ, Allen, what was the little boy from the first season who was talking about telling her to change her afro?
Oh, the Spanish guy,
Oh, no, she wasn't trying to date him.
No, she wasn't trying to date him, but being around him, he is a user just like her father was. So she can't be friends with certain type of men because she's looking for like some type of relationship with them, whether it's like a romantic relationship or a friendship. All of these men have everything in common with her father. Will pop up when they need something from her or want to use her, and then they dip off once they get what they want and need out of her, and then pop up again. And then she is constantly either begging them to, be around her, love her, or respect her. And
is her mother still making patalillos?
I think
because those patalillos looked really good. That her mother was frying. The empanadas, her mother looked like she was making a good empanada.
Bringing it back to Married to Medicine.
Yes.
Where was Contessa?
Contessa was out of the picture. We didn't see her this much. I think she there at the party?
I don't think Contessa was at the Ain't That Great party.
She was there, but she was silent.
Contessa.
Oh, yeah, because she was real quiet. Contessa was real quiet.
So Contessa
Good.
She need not to talk no more. Talk about.
I don't think she had anything to say, but wrapping this up, I really want to see what happens next week. I want to see if Toya, her Audra get to windmilling for real, literally.
Wait, so I got a question. Did y'all see that live Contessa did with Toya where she was cussing Dr. Heavenly out with Scott in the bed right next to her? That's her husband's name, right?
Yeah, but was this recently?
This was I think
it was like 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
No.
And and it was like in the thick of on the show in the thick of the Contessa versus Dr. Heavenly situation, sitting up there
Oh
cussing that
wow.
lady out, talking about I'm from Kansas City. You don't know me, and I'm just like, please don't claim us. Cause what part of Kansas City are you from? Who your people? Don't claim us.
Right.
She like that's where she from.
Yeah,
That's what she's giving.
she's not giving Kansas City. I don't know where she from. Like, don't claim us. We don't.
Well, probably being that she was in the army and she traveled a lot, maybe she picked up.
No, they said that's her hometown.
Nola, before we close, what are your final thoughts on this episode of how messy it's getting with the fights and the financial situations and the masculinity being cut short? What do you think about
The testosterone being taken.
I think Audra is doing a bit much for me.
Mm-hmm.
She's coming in too hot for me. But at the end of the day, child, I'm just glad she exposed Sawyer for that house because we all knew she was lying.
We knew Toya was lying and wasn't making sense.
Lying about that house. Other than that, I think she's doing too much.
She's doing too much, but I'm not mad at her for defending herself. But she is doing a lot with getting in people's face and chest thumping, all that. Then you doing a lot.
Yeah, that was doing too much for me.
Yeah.
I think Anila, the same energy you want to have with these ladies, that's the energy you need to have and go put your trifling ass more up out your house. Your overbearing ass up out your house.
Your non-washing, non-cleaning, non-fucking. I'm sorry that I lifted your sorry, mother. Because I know it's funky.
First of all, y'all talking about a person who mama don't like them. Anila mama don't like her. And she does it in the way she talked to her.
Let me just say this. And then I'm gonna drop down because I'm trying to finish my baby hair for picture day tomorrow. And the last thing I got to say is, see, so you're messy as hell, but Simone, see when somebody else get pissed off with come for his ass, don't you sit up there and say nothing. You hear me? Don't you sit up there and say nothing with your
keep your teeth in your mouth, Simone.
Like you need to go pay Heavenly a visit. Okay, don't you get up here and say nothing to nobody else if they get up here and drag your raggedy ass husband. Don't you say that because Cecil is Peter.
At this point, basically.
That's all I got. I'm going back to the comments.
So you say Cecil Sicily. You done called Cecil Sicily.
Cecil was messy. He was being messy.
Like, I will never call him Cicely because I feel like that's a disrespect to our great aunt Cicely Tyson.
Yeah.
Cecilia.
But I'll call him Cecilia.
Okay.
Cecilia.
So Simone, keep your teeth all the way in your mouth.
Ooh.
When somebody comes from your husband who's down to the thing being messy. You push those in.
Brandon, what are your closing thoughts on this past episode?
Celia is a messy batch. Dr. Simone. Please don't try to be going at nobody over Cecilia, because Cecilia has dug his own grave. Okay, Audra, stop titty bumping people. I mean, I get that lady tried you, and you hit her back with the you got 7 tax liens allegedly until you give me some proof about it, because I looked up one. Now I can prove that one. I need you to prove the other ones, okay? I need you to prove every other one you didn't said. But don't be titty bumping people, okay? Because titty bumping equals being mushed. And then y'all want to start swinging at Quad's Ain't Our Great Party and gonna mess up her great room. And now she gonna have to put all you urban people out of her house.
Right.
And now you done gave her another storyline, because listen, this be quiet. Now, I done had to put all these urban people out of my house because, they was fighting in front of my guests like they ain't got no home training. It's basically what it's giving. Toya, live in your truth. Be 1,000% transparent. That's a lot of percentages, okay? Be 1,000% transparent. The people will like you more. And maybe, they'll be on your bandwagon. Maybe start a GoFundMe. Maybe see how they can help you. They'll probably cash after you just a little bit of money. Not a lot, just a little bit. Be more transparent and be less like Erica and the blurting the stuff out and basically not caring or trying to fake the funk, and then they be down at the airport trying to repossess your diamond earrings. Did Dr. Heavenly do anything this episode?
No, she was pretty quiet.
Okay, so Heavenly
was bone carrying and letting Toya know that they've been talking about her and saying that she's been laced to the moon in the cul-de-sac.
Hey, well, if she didn't say something, it would have been like, Heavenly, why didn't you say nothing? Heavenly always doing this, so at least she said something. So shout out to you for being a bone carrier this episode, because if you didn't, they would have found a reason to blame you for everything. Contessa, you stayed quiet. You need to stay that way. Carrie, I guess they said they weren't gonna let you have no screen time, talking time. And, Dr. Heavenly said you were saying some funny stuff down there to the party. So I guess we just never going to hear it. And Anila, you need to boss up and put your mama out your house. She don't wash her hands. That's nasty. She don't believe in your dreams and you being a blogger and furnishing that entire house off.
And she's not even watching the kids. Like
that too. She don't watch them kids. She talked about you driving, but you don't really know how to drive good. But that's coming from a person who don't know how to drive at all. And she was trying to put a kitchen in your little hair place, and that's not gonna work. So drop your mama like a hot pocket fresh out the microwave and ship her back home because
she's leaving curry stains all over the house.
Because she don't mean you no good. And Eugene, you got dragged down to Twitter. That's all I got to say about it. Like, you could have just left that lady alone. And didn't bring that basket to her house. And you got dragged. And I don't feel bad about it. Okay?
I didn't feel bad about them dressing up like U-Haul movers and made a joke about it because it was
because I could see the disappointment in Eugenia's face.
Eugenia is rolling with Toya, and Eugenia, if Eugenia is not man enough or testosterone up enough to put his foot down and take some control, let his balls drop a little bit, let it sling. It may not be much to sling, but let it hang, Eugene. Just free ball.
You know what?
And put your foot down and say something. Other than that, Eugene, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say.
I don't even really think Eugene was mad about the fact that they called him out about the movement. I think he was mad that their costumes was better than theirs, and they had a whole theme. Y'all was giving low rent, bottom of the barrel, La Rag Bin, down to La eBay, Beyonce and Jay-Z, and you can't do that.
Because Eugene was all
team. Come up and say you got Beyonce and Jay-Z and looking raggedy.
Right. So I think it wasn't because they was talking about the movement. I just think they was upset that there was no uniformity and that the costumes didn't have a theme and it didn't look good. Because I know the people was coming up to them asking now, who are you supposed to be?
And laughing at y'all when y'all say Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Right. Beyonce and Jay-Z, no, sir. I'm sorry.
You missed the mark.
Maybe Florence and Marlon.
They missed the mark. They mixed the bullet points. They missed it all. It was just one.
Maybe Gunplay before he cut off his hair and his girlfriend from the first season of Love and Hip Hop Miami. Maybe them. But Beyonce and Jay-Z?
No, I don't even think they could have did Beyonce.
No, he was supposed to be Jay-Z. He wasn't The Weeknd. He was supposed to be Jay-Z.
Yeah, but he was very much so giving The Weeknd. Sir.
I thought he was giving Gunplay. From
Jay-Z probably gave them the same look that he gave Beyonce when he said, must be the cash because it ain't your face. Jay-Z probably looking at the screen like, really?
But we've been saying that for years, though. We've been saying that for years. Like, she was just making a light joke out of it.
Yeah, but can you imagine Jay-Z? I could just imagine him with his Yankee fitted on, like, yeah.
But sometimes,
and when it got to that part, he probably was like, wait, what you said? Like, because I would have been offended if I was him. If I was sitting here looking like a camel, I'd have been real offended. Like, girl, you don't say that. You don't say that to Jody Campbell. You don't say that.
That was a callback to DJ Jimmy. And he's like, it's not the cat.
Yeah, but when you have somebody that's sitting on the side of you that you mating with that look like a camel, certain things you don't say. I wouldn't want to offend my camel.
Listen, he is cute to somebody. He's cute
to me. I think Jay-Z look good. And I always thought he looked good. He got that nose. He's tall. He's round. He's from Brooklyn. I love from Brooklyn. And he had that, that quiet swagger about him. So I think he's attractive. But
I think he should
probably think he's attractive too.
I think he should get locks.
Yeah, the world may look at him and see Joe the Camel, but I look at him and see handsome. And plus he's a billionaire, like he said. I can't be ugly. I'm a billionaire. I'm cute.
Would you find him more attractive? Like, besides the money and everything, the fact that you already think he, a handsome man, do you think a beard and maybe getting the locks, like actually, like, regular locks? Do you think?
No, I don't even want him to have the locks. I want him to cut his hair off. I don't know. I'm stuck with Jay-Z from 1994. I want Jay-Z to put on a Yankee fitted. I want him to cut his hair down to a Caesar. And happy birthday, Nas. It's Nas' birthday today. Hi, Nas. Happy birthday.
First of all, you celebrate Nas. My birthday is 12 days away.
Okay. Ranting birthdays coming. Party on her channel.
And my Cash App will be visible.
But, today's Nas' birthday. Happy birthday, Nas. But I like that era. I want a Caesar. I want a half part. I want the Yankee fitted. I want the Timbs. That's my attraction is hood and thug.
Maybe it'll make a comeback, but other than that,
yeah. If it's not hood and thug, it's old white men. No, for real, I'm attracted to old white men. And even like a thuggish young boy, like that would be my line of attraction. Like I used to think Mayor Giuliani was like so handsome. Like
Chris Evans does it for me.
Yeah, I like Richard Gere. I like older white men and thug black men. So it's only one or the other.
Ooh, fancy. You are muted.
Stopping by and giving your opinion. We really appreciate you.
Yes, thank you, Ranton. See you next time.
See ya.
I don't know why I called you Nola, but do you have any thoughts on the mess that's coming up on the show?
I just want to see the fight.
The fight.
I'm ready for the fight. I want to see the fight. I think Audra shouldn't have been chest, but don't chest bump if you're not ready to get chin check. If you chest bumping, you may get chin check.
All because she said he was a bad lawyer. She doesn't know you're a bad lawyer, so who cares?
I think she's giving Toya. I don't think she's giving Toya too much, but I think the chest bumping and stuff and being aggressive, stay out of people's face if you don't want to get
giving people too much.
You're giving like too much. But I'm saying as far as her pulling out the tax liens and whatever, it's all fair because it was fair when you said what you said.
I think
I'm just going to show you I'm a good lawyer and that I am a good lawyer and I am credible and I do my research and that's it. I'm a good lawyer.
It is, but it's Grey Goose tonight. Thanks Ranton for coming on and sharing, and thanks Nola for coming on. We're gonna be back on Friday. We're gonna be talking about the Bulls.
The mess. We gotta see how this unfolds because it's like, wow, this is getting very local. Like Nicki Minaj is stooping. Like this is getting local. Like is she justified in doing it?
You trying to be the queen, but you the peasant. You acting
but I'm like, are you just? Is she justified in doing it? Is enough enough? Is she just tired and fed up? Or is this petty? Or is this like reaching?
If you a Nicki stan, I want to hear your opinions. Y'all not gonna cuss me out on my live. So, I see other people get cussed out on their lives, but you're not gonna cuss me out on my live,
right? All opinions is welcome, respectfully. Like we understand
that's all it is opinions. It's all
this is a touchy subject, and we know everybody had their fades and stuff is this of that magnitude, But I think people could come together and discuss it logically. I'm saying like
I invite. I talk about everybody, so I don't care if that people have a large following. But I don't talk about,
kids,
certain things.
Kids.
I talked about Mason a little bit, but it wasn't all negative.
But we wasn't talking about Mason in a negative way. Like Mason,
all I said was Mason seemed like he'd been here before.
Right, he's just a mature child. He's like an older child. You could like he's
an old soul.
Like an old soul, but it's nothing negative. And in people's eyes, like, because I think 50 Cent was dead wrong for bringing up, and I like 50 Cent, but I think he was dead wrong for talking about Little Kim's daughter. I think that was wrong, and I'm surprised that a lot of people, her fellow celebrities didn't stand up for her, or even did anyone ever tell him like that was wrong? Did anyone just?
But at the same time, 50 Cent has been petty since the beginning. 50 Cent has said a lot of negative things about women. About men, he don't care who it is.
Right, I guess if he come for his own child, he come for your child. So sorry.
No, he's petty. He's childish. It's something wrong with him. He can produce a good show though. So I'm not mad at him all the way, but he's super petty. It's something about him that he just.
Yeah, I couldn't with him because me and him would have to I just couldn't I can imagine him being petty in the relationship. Like we just had to fight.
Yeah, I want to know when the last time you've been in a fight. I can understand why you've been shot 11 times. How many times you been shot?
I think it was 9.
9 times. Like I can understand. Like you probably talking a lot of mess back in the day.
Well, what was that song he had? Got shot and I hot to spit it out.
He ate it up. Like he
did, and he is known for talking crap, and I think most of his crap talking is funny to me. But when he talked about that child and her eye, that was wrong because that's something that the child, that your physical features and stuff, especially as a child, you can't help. It's something that you can't help, and maybe that's kitchen table. Like, oh my God, child, look at that baby eye is all over the place. But I wouldn't just get on the internet and talk about that child eye like that, or anybody's kid's eyes, because they have thrombosis, and that is they got thrombosis. They can't help if they have thrombosis. If they eyes over there,
condition where the skin is like sitting on the eye.
The thrombosis is I think it's the cockeyedness.
Oh, we're gonna talk about that Friday because it was said allegedly, it's gonna be messy Friday. So
the
if you're sensitive, don't watch the live.
Is the cockeyedness.
If you can't take nothing, if everything hurts your feelings, Friday is not the live to watch because we're gonna talk about some stuff. And people, I think I'm open to everybody's opinion. You don't always have to agree with me, so you can totally disagree with me.
I'm gonna see if I can sing some. Maybe you could just share it. I don't know if you could share it with the people so they can know what I was talking about. It's thrombosis is I just sent it to you. That's definitely what's going on.
But we're about to wrap it up. But we're gonna bring it back up Friday at 9:00. We're gonna be talking about the whole situation with Nosy Ho and Nicki Minaj. We're gonna talk about that lawsuit.
Yes, and people are so funny. I'm sorry, people are funny talking about Nosy Ho. Is she really a hoe? Is it Nosy? She needs to change her name.
About the classes she been giving out allegedly.
Yeah, I want to take the class. I'm not going to even hold you because when she first announced the classes of how to become a sex worker, because she has a class for how to become a sex worker. I think the classes would be interesting, and you could do it. And I didn't even know because she was dropping some jewels and some information that you could when you're doing picture work and video work. You can depict it only to certain regions. Like say if I want to do it only in the UK, if I want my pictures only shown in the UK, you can set it so you can only hoe in the UK. It's crazy.
She's been hoeing overseas.
I'm not sure. I don't know if it's overseas, but
if you've been doing stuff overseas, the internet is worldwide. So if you've been taking pictures in UK,
no, she was just saying in general, say if you don't want America or a certain part of the country, you could block a whole country. You could block a whole country. And I didn't know that. So that was information. Wow, you could block a whole country. When you're doing this type of work, video work, people want to see sexy videos.
I'm sure on YouTube you can block whatever you want to block.
And she definitely gives a class. So I'm not sure. I think the class is still, she still is giving a class on how to get into that type of business. Phone.
Selling
but not physically selling the coochie. I think it's more of virtually selling the coochie, a virtual hoe.
Oh, okay. A virtual. Okay. So we're going to talk about it on Friday. Y'all be safe. Make sure y'all comment, and subscribe.
Right. And protect people with thrombosis. Hashtag don't make fun of people with thrombosis.
And we're gonna stop talking about people's kids, y'all. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about their features and
Yeah, they can't help how they look.
They can't help how they look or who their daddy is or who their brother is. So
they can't help that.
But we're gonna talk about it on Friday. Y'all be safe, and we'll see you next time.
Hey guys, hope you're having a good time. By the way, don't forget, hit that like button. And if you're liking, you might as well subscribe. And drop a comment below. Come on guys, let's get into it.